Hello, my name is Abundant Lei 118. Thank you for coming to my channel. Welcome in, welcome in. I am feeling really energized. I did some fun things this weekend, and honestly, I can say it kind of took me out. I did some astrology reads for some people on TikTok for on my friend's her name is billionaire and it's billionaire black women on TikTok, and I was just doing reads for people, just free ones. It was really fun. I had a really good time. A lot of people came in and supported. It was awesome. And it kind of took me out, energetically. So I am back. Sorry for the hiatus. It was a fun impromptu thing. I just got to balance out my energy better when I do things like that. So it's a learning process, but it was very fun. It is something I'm going to start doing on my own channel as well. So I'm super stoked. I also have made some very awesome changes. I got, my friends actually told me about a site that I can use so I can post my pricing and can use that site, and it's set up where it will pretty much do all the stuff. I just got to set pricing and put everything out there and explain what it is, and then people can just purchase. So now there's two ways. You can send a direct message to me if you would like to know pricing for different items, or you can go to my pin site as well. It is now listed in my page, and I'm going to add it as well to my description, so that way you can go there as well to grab it. I'm just super excited, guys. It's just really big changes, and it has me really animated, and like I have a huge Kool-Aid smile on my face. So I did want to come in and give that disclaimer. I am also going to be doing a Scorpio based channel, since I am a Scorpio and I love my Scorpio peeps. And I've really been like wanting to mix my tarot with astrology. I love astrology and I love tarot. Those are two things I'm very passionate about. And so I'm going to be doing that in the coming week. And anything else? That's all I can think of right now. Well, I'm super excited. I got my protection list here. We're going to give it a great shake. Again, you can get this from Jalissa's messages. And technically her birthday is, the way she described it, her birthday is leaving September going into October. So it's like the 30th through the 1st. I guess she was like born in the midst of like that transition. So happy birthday, Jalissa. Again, you can go to her page. She does always have great deals on her page and discounts and things of that nature. So go check her out, get your protection mist, which I absolutely love. I actually already sprayed it because I got too excited, guys, and I thought I pressed play, but I just took a picture. Don't judge me, y'all. Y'all know I am. Y'all know how I am, okay? So I already did actually put it on my hands. And today we're going to be doing Hidden Hearts. So Hearts, Hidden Secrets for our 3-card pull. And I think for our extra information, or kind of what else is there to know, or any advice, we're going to do our What's the Tea deck today, okay? So I hope you guys have been having an amazing day. As you can see, I'm already super like live and excited, which is my normal, so not surprising for me. And on this beautiful, thriving Tuesday, let's get going. So, sorry, I was just checking my phone, making sure, because sometimes I get alerts and sometimes I don't. So I was just kind of like going through it. I'm actually flipping it because I'm noticing my cards are bending, and that is one of my like icks for me. So I'm just flipping it this way. Ooh, this is the first time I've seen this card, Past Life and Time. Oh, sorry, you guys cannot see that. Past Life. And then Time was there as well when I split the deck. So are you guys looking into your past life at this time? And if you are, good job, all right? It might be the time to do some type of past life regression energy work if you haven't done it before. I'm kind of getting that coming in. Just kind of, or even just meditating. Meditating will allow you to tap into your past lives if you didn't know that. Oops. I just shut out. Yeah, see, now it's fixing it. Now the deck is back straight. Can you guys see that? Yeah, that really is like a pet peeve for the deck to be weird. It looks like it's so stressed. We had 3 cards shoot out. One I have not seen before, so ooh. I'll go over those in a second. They all were flipped, so I will keep them. And I'm not keeping all of those. It was 3 more, though, that shot out. That's crazy. Oh, another one I've never seen before. Which is... Oh, no, I actually have seen this card. These are nice. Actually, I'm gonna let these be the cards today. I'm not gonna pull. I'm gonna let those be the cards. So, bottom of the deck, we have Nourish. So, self-growth, self-focus, soul finding. So, we're doing some type of healing work right now. What's under that? Finality. Yeah, you're closing out something that was triggering your pride and setting healthier boundaries around yourself. Okay. And I'll show that again in case you didn't see. So we're doing some healing over something that we finally have moved on from that was relating to our pride and ego. And we had to set healthy boundaries around this thing. Okay. So that's where the healing is coming from. You realize something that was triggering your ego and you're finally letting it go. So proud of you guys. Congratulations. Let me fix this. Just give me 1 second. You guys don't know, but I normally put like a little squishy underneath here to kind of help it so it stays up so that you can actually see the cards a little bit better. And I forgot to put my little squishy there and I didn't notice until just now. So I apologize. If it's wiggling, I do apologize. That should be better now. Yes. Okay, good. Only card that you might not be able to see is the Nourish card, and it's just because of how high it is. So these are the cards that actually shot out, and I'm going to actually use them today because I feel like they're telling a story. So this is how they came out, and then this is how this second group came out as well. So the first 3 that shot out first card was peace. So balance, harmony, friendship, abandoned, left out, walked away, cold, which that one, I don't know if I've seen it before either. Actually, I just thought about that. And then the final card was distance, separation, space, blockage. Okay. You're healing a connection. Sorry, I'm shaking it. I didn't mean to shake it. It's because of that thing now. You're healing a connection where someone felt abandoned. Someone has an abandonment wound. And there was like a time where they felt a lot of peace in their life. Right? That's where this healing is coming from. They had a very peaceful, calm life. Then some type of abandonment wound was triggered. And this led to a separation of some sort. Okay. Someone is working to get back to that harmony that they felt before. This definitely could surround a friendship, and I say that because the actual word friendship is on the first card. So this could be a friendship. This does not have to be a romantic partnership. It could be obviously collective, but I definitely could say it could also just be a really close friend or someone that maybe you consider your partner a friend, or if you have relatives that are like they're your siblings and like friends to you. It's something like that where they have that duality, but there is some type of connection where this person has an element of friendship in you, because I keep like noticing and staring at the word friendship. So this definitely is around more of a friendship type of dynamic. So even if it's your romantic partner, but you guys either were friends or you've become really good friends in your relationship. There's some type of abandonment wound that was triggered between one of you or both of you, if you both have an abandonment wound. I'm hearing, what is it? Trauma bonding. So maybe you guys came together because of a similar trauma bond around abandonment. And this re-triggering of it has created distance between the two of you, where now it's kind of like you're both working to actually heal that bond. So there is a desire to come back to each other, to come back into harmony and to peace and balance again. But the only way to come back, you have to first heal the trauma bond. And obviously, abandon is your confirmation for my phone. Abandonment is the center focus at this time, so that you're actively healing this trauma bond. I do see that. So please understand, even if it hasn't completely been healed yet, you're doing the work to heal it, right? And it's recognized. Spirit is recognizing that you are doing the work. There is still distance in the future, okay? You guys haven't come back yet, but the more you work towards healing this bond, the better things will be. So don't look down on yourself if you're not there yet. You'll get there, okay? It's all in due time. Why do I say that? Because the 3 cards that came out after are so much more optimistic. Confirmation for my phone again. They are so, like, they're cards that are asking you. So with peace, we have fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, fantasizing, okay? With abandoned, we actually have the word intuition. So heart song, telepathy, inner knowing, okay? And then with distance, we have perspective, okay? Better off, happiness, okay? And then clear head space. So I actually see this as this separation was, I'm hearing like it was a long time coming. Ooh, yeah, and I heard it like being sung to me, like, it's a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it is. Something like that, right? So yeah, that's what I heard was, it's a long time coming in my head. So this was going to happen inevitably until you healed this trauma. So whatever the bond was, you two were drawn to each other, and it's beautiful, and it was very much peace and harmony in both of your lives. It was like a dream. It was like a fantasy. It was like this connection that you could only imagine in your mind, right? So it being in the real world was like, whoa, what is this? Okay. But you knew that one of you would walk away. And I'm saying you both knew that one of you would walk away because you both have this unhealed abandonment issue. Like, you knew that coming together, eventually one of you would walk away. And I know that's like, what? How? What are you talking about? Confirmation from my phone. You intuitively knew it. Something in your spirit was telling you this is not going to last. And partly it could have been that you thought that it wouldn't last because so-and-so didn't last and the person before that. And maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was the other person. But someone, and I do mean this, one of the two of you projected this into the reality. So either this person kept saying, something about like relationships, like someone, so I'm not sure if it was you collective or the other person, but one of the two of you constantly spoke on how relationships don't last for them, okay? Because they constantly kept bringing it up, what you focus on is what you'll create. So even though they had this beautiful connection right in front of them, they spoke on the failing of this connection so often until it became a reality for the other person as well. Yeah, my brain just was like, oh, so I heard somebody saying, oh, like it clicked. I heard it loud in my ear. It was hilarious. But that is what happened, okay? It was inevitable that this was going to separate. Okay. And the reason it was inevitable is because, like I said, either one of you or both of you have an abandonment wound that needs to be healed. This connection is a beautiful connection and it will come back. Okay. Even if it's not here now, the the seeds have already been planted for this to sprout again. So even if it's just a little tiny nub of hope and inspiration that it's going to come, it's coming. So you just have to believe it, okay? Because like I said, it is coming because now someone has recognized, right, what needed to end for them, which was this abandonment wound, where it was causing them to be prideful. And now the two of you are setting up healthy boundaries. That's the whole idea with this, the planting of the seeds. The seed was planted for this connection. And in order for this connection to truly flourish, right, you both need to have these healthy boundaries in place that are, non-negotiables for either of you. And that's what's going to actually help you to show up in your best versions, both of you, right? So you knew this was coming. They knew it was coming. And I will say it was spoken into reality. That's how you knew it was coming, because this person kept speaking on it. They kept speaking on the failure rather than speaking on the success. So one of you was speaking on the success of the relationship, the other was speaking on the failure of the relationship, and the person that was speaking on the failure kept doing it so often that eventually it became an actual reality for both parties, where both parties was like, you know what, you're right. This can't work. And that person realized it was them. Okay, so I do want you to understand that person has realized it was them that caused the destruction of the relationship, because they realized it was what they kept speaking. They kept speaking destruction, so destruction came. Had they spoke life, life would have remained. Because like I said, one partner was holding on and speaking life over the relationship, which is why the relationship was thriving. But because this person finally got to a point of like, you know what, you're right. Why am I going to keep speaking life over this if you're not going, if you won't allow yourself to be happy here, why should I keep trying to force you? Once that person realized they were almost forcing their partner to be there, they stopped. And that's when the relationship fell apart. Because that's when the other person realized, in order for the relationship to be successful, both parties have to show up. And again, I said this does not have to be romantic, but a relationship is a relationship is a relationship, right? Doesn't matter if it's your family, your friend, whoever. It has to be a mutual give and take. Both parties have to be doing their part. And when the one person stopped doing their part, it was now left on the other person to show up. They don't know how to, because as I said, they were constantly only speaking failure. So they only know how to show up in the sense of letting things fall apart. Confirmation from my phone. So when everything did fall apart, they didn't know what to do, because they didn't know how to put it back together, because they expected you to do this. And I feel like this is similar to a reading I've done before about one person was putting in too much and the other wasn't. Well, clarity has finally come to the person who was the slacker in the dynamic, and they're realizing that they were the cause of the distance that was created here, and they're getting a new perspective over the things, okay? I know you're noticing the better off. So it's like, does this person feel like now that they're better off? I don't feel like they feel like they're better off. I feel like there's a part of them that feels like you're better off without them, because they know that this is what they do. But I feel like this is challenging them and it's triggering healing in them, whether they want it or not. So even, sorry, it's like it does not want to perfectly line up. It's like, what is going on? But I definitely get that this person realizes that this is a choice, that they've chosen this so they can choose something else. And that's the perspective that they've gained. They definitely are getting a more healed, more life fulfilling perspective now versus what they've had in the past, which was a more negative, down in the dumps, like, oh, life is blah, blah, blah. Eeyore energy is what I like to call it. It's that Eeyore vibe, right? This person's like, oh, I lost my tail again. Versus like something that's like super bubbly and bright. They don't typically have that demeanor just because they've seen a lot of things in their lives that that confirm that other belief. But they're starting to realize, especially after having had such a beautiful connection, real tangible in their hand confirmation, they have now realized like, okay, if I can attract something beautiful like that once in my life, I definitely can do it again. Because what was I doing that was different at that time? Well, I was just focused on the things that made me happy. Okay, I can do that again. I can make things happy in my life again. I can figure out why I'm, you know, destroying relationships. And that's really what it is they're realizing. It's kind of like they look back and there's this beautiful connection they had, this beautiful dynamic that they had, and they go, okay, if I really look at all my relationships, were they all bad? Most of them weren't. So then what went wrong? And now they're doing the work. They're like going backwards, piece by piece, and saying, okay, in this relationship, what went wrong? Oh, I didn't do A, B, C, D, and E. Well, how was the other person showing up? They were doing A, B, C, D, and E. So I fell short. And they're starting to realize where they have fallen short in their dynamics and how, and now it's not just that they see what they've done, but now they're starting to actually understand how it feels to show up in a connection and have someone going above and beyond. And realistically, not even going above and beyond, because I kind of see it as like this person was doing just the basics of what you should do in a healthy relationship. But because this person has, I will say that they've had healthy relationships, but most times they didn't last super long. So this was probably the longest healthy relationship they've had, where they got to see like what happens months into it versus like just like a, oh, I met this person, they seemed nice, and then they disappeared. Something where it's like, no, this was something more long lasting. This was something more genuine and authentic. And now they're looking at it in comparison to other relationships they currently have in their life or relationships that have maintained. And they're realizing a lot of the relationships that they have, the reason those relationships maintain is because they don't give much and neither do the other people. So it's kind of like, oh, we just kind of check in on each other every so often and that's it. Whereas this other relationship was a more steady supply of like genuine connection for them, where them and this other person were authentically showing up for each other. And so it inspired them to want to do things that they would normally not do, right? They want to participate more. Because they want to be there. They enjoyed it. It like inspired them and made them find joy in doing things that they like to do, but that they've told themselves they don't do, out of just feeling like in the past when they've done it, it wasn't appreciated, it wasn't reciprocated. Well, with this person, it was, right? In that relationship collective with you, or if you're the person that's having the realization, there was this like understanding of like, there's actual happiness. I'm seeing Monsters Inc. when Sully realizes laughter fuels the power more than fear, right? How much more energy I get when me and this other person are laughing and joyful and just having a good time. We're just doing simple things. We're not going and, buying out Vegas or anything. These are just simple, regular things that people do. And I'm doing these things with this person and I'm enjoying myself and I'm enjoying my life and I'm laughing and it's rejuvenating me. I feel youthful. I feel peace. I feel ecstatic. And so it's just all this beautiful energy that they felt in this relationship that it woke them up. It woke up a part of them that they had, in a sense, pushed to the side because they were just so used to these mundane, everything is this one way type of connections. And this other connection came in and was just so beautiful. Okay. So the healing is happening. I'm not going to say that this is something that's going to be done with by Thursday. No, this is something that this person is digging deep and that can take time. I want you in the meantime, though, collective, this element of peace, fantasy, intuition, perspective. I need you to realize that those things are the things that nourish us in the areas that are darker in our lives, right? The idea that intuition is this glowing bright light in the darkness, where we see like there's this shadow aspect in most of these pictures, right? There's these elements of shadow, and yet then there's still this bright light that's there. Okay, so wherever you're feeling that, or if you know there's people around you where you're recognizing that there's relationships you've had to end because there wasn't that person showing up because they have some type of issues that needed healing and there's distance, appreciate that space. That's really what I'm getting. Appreciate where there's spaces in your life and find ways to nourish them and plant new seeds there so that you don't allow those spaces to close up and then you disconnect yourself from them. Keep feeding them. Keep finding new ways to feed them. Okay? That's what I'm getting there. Let me grab our final card. I'm checking to make sure this one's not bending. A little bit. I'll just be gentle. I'm just going to be a little gentle with this one. Let me just grab one card for this deck, Spirit. That was a really good channel, guys. It felt good. I'm a little congested. I love that. Okay, a card shot out. I'm going to pull another one, but one did shoot out. Ooh, I love it. I have to say the bottom of the deck. I have to say it. Normally I don't, but I have to. Moving on. Thank you. Next. Okay, so I just talked about instead of leaving spaces open, right, and unnourished, right, plant a new seed in that same area so that that area can resprout life. And then we get the thank you next at the bottom, moving on. And it's all of, like, look how beautiful this card is, guys. Look how beautiful this card is. And look at where they out in nature. There's all this greenery and everything. So look, I am not making any jokes or mistakes about what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. Okay, so the card that shot out was too busy winning. This is what I'm talking about. This is the energy I'm saying, collective. Where one door closes, another opens. Do not sit in frustration, in separation, in anxiety, in anxiousness. Do not sit in that energy. Instead, I am challenging you. I am challenging you. Okay? Plant new seeds. Okay? You do not have to look at a space between you. Oh my goodness. Because space is just a word made up by someone who's afraid of getting close. Okay? Like that is exactly what I just heard in my head. Space is just a word people use when they're afraid of closing the gap. Plant new seeds. Nourish and feed the areas of you that you feel fear of getting close to people. You do not have to lose anything, okay? Because you are dodging bullets, babes, okay? Blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, and you're protected. I think it meant from haters, not by haters, okay? But protected from haters. You do not have to worry. Like, when I tell you, seeing this at the bottom of the deck tickled me to the core. Tickled me. Please don't be fearful of letting yourself move. Confirmation from my phone. Everything you need is here. Where you made space or someone else made space because they could only speak on what couldn't be, You're refilling with people who speak life over you. You're making the right connections. You're making, so everything is worth it. And here's the thing, that person is doing the work on themselves. Let them figure that out. All right. I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I love hearing from you. Have a wonderful, fabulous, beautiful, beautiful day today. I love you guys. As always, be blessed and be a blessing. Mwah! Bye.